friends, it's Cheryl from Tutoring with Cheryl and the Tech Coach for Tutors. I just wanted to hop on and show you a little bit about the product that I just created for homeschooling parents, teachers, and tutors who need a little bit of extra help with building paragraph skills. Now, this lesson plan is specifically tailored to students in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and potentially 6th grade. You could probably even use it with a 7th or 8th grader that needs more support, or if you've got a 2nd grader who's a really strong writer and they're ready for that next step, this is the perfect lesson plan for you. Now, I'm not going to show you everything because this is a paid product, but I'm going to walk you through what I have. Basically, what I did is I created a 45-minute lesson plan. So this is a lesson that you could either do maybe in 2 shorter tutoring lessons or 1 longer tutoring lesson. But if you're like me, I typically like to spread things out over a few days. So this might be something that I'm actually working on over the course of maybe 2 or 3 days as I'm setting my students up for success. What I included in here was a warm-up, and I warmed up with some sentences. So I have 4 or 5 sentences that all need to have edits to them. Now, this document is shareable. So in the event you decide that you want it, it's only $5 US dollars. You download it, then I'm going to encourage you to make your own copy of it, because if you don't, somebody else might go in and, totally mess it up for you. So make your own copy of it. You can make as many copies of the original as you want. And then what you're going to do is you're going to see that the very first thing is that warm up. As I said, you can either share your screen, print out the material, walk your student through it, and then there's the actual answer key. You'll see on the left side of the documents page that there's then you're going to come down to the teaching sentence construction. And underneath the teaching sentence construction, the students are going to be thinking about what is the subject and what is the predicate. So you can either create your own sentences within that document, or you go back to the warm-up sentences and say, is there a subject and predicate in there? Who and the what. So you can literally highlight those things. But then you also want to concentrate on capital letters and punctuation as well, because those are standard conventions that we use when we're working with writing. You'll see that then you transition to the paragraph writing. And I have a beginning, middle, and end graphic organizer for the student who might struggle a little bit with trying to think about the flow of a paragraph. So we start really just with one that you can create together. Maybe you just want to do a practice one where you talk about your day. When I wake up in the morning, this is what I do, then I do this, and then I do that. Put it all together. They can either write on it. I have included lines for them, or they can type on it. And so there's a separate one that they can just go in and they can type on. They take those 3 blocks and then they can either write on a sheet of paper, or they can type on the bottom of the page and put it all together, because putting it in the graphic organizer is great for getting that start, but sometimes you just need the next step. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to develop a topic sentence. You're going to do your beginning, middle, and end, and you're going to end up with your concluding sentence. So I've created a graphic organizer for you to do that with just a general topic of my favorite animal is and then you can either do a shared response, or you can, at this point, if your student's a little bit maybe ready for that next step, you can go right to the independent practice. But most of the time, it's a really good idea to do that guided practice. So you can all agree on an animal, put a few in a hat, pull one out. Okay, now why could this be a favorite animal? It actually doesn't have to be your favorite animal, but we can act like it's your favorite animal. So, why do I like it? What does it look like? What's it good for? Something like that. Or where can I find it? Or what does it live like? Whatever you want to do, still with the structure, beginning, middle, and end, but you could actually change that. All these things, you can go in and you can edit it, and then you can have a concluding sentence as to why it was your favorite animal. And then you end with independent practice. And again, you don't have to use the favorite animal topic. It could be something that you learned from school that day. It could be a place that you've traveled. It could be something that they've read in a book. They're reading a shared novel and you've read a couple of pages. You can talk about what happened in the story. So there's a lot of flexibility with this, but I've created the structure for you. So on the bottom of this recording, I will have the information for the purchase is $5 US. It is a downloadable. You want to make your own copy of it, and then you can share that out with your students. There's tabs within the document. So it's going to come to you as a PDF, and it says to get full access, click here. So you want to click there to get into the actual document. But if you have any problems, you can just contact me. I will look to see that you made the purchase, verify that, and then I will help you sort things out if there's any problems. But I think this is a really powerful tool, especially for those parents who are looking for, if you're a homeschooling family, you're really struggling with that writing, this is a great way to not only support yourself, but to build independence for your student. And then if you want to take this discussion further and it's something, your child is struggling with writing or even the reading and the writing, please reach out to me at tutoringwithcheryl.tutorbird.com, and I will also leave that in the description. I want to thank you for joining me today. You guys, as usual, make it a great day and keep the learning going.